What if your greatest gift felt like your greatest burden? Spider-Man isn't just a superhero, he's a parable, a modern myth wrapped in spandex and sorrow. And today we're going deeper, not just into the action, but into the ache, because behind every punch he throws is a burden he carries. What does it mean to be chosen and crushed? To be gifted and grieved? And how does Spider-Man's story echo the gospel? Let's talk about responsibility, not as a chore, but as a calling. In Luke 12:48, Jesus says, "To whom much is given, much will be required." That's not just a proverb, it's a spiritual summons, a reminder that gifts come with gravity. Peter Parker didn't ask for power. He didn't audition to be a hero. He was bitten, chosen, marked. And that's where the story shifts. Because the moment you're given something sacred, the wait begins. Peter's story is a mirror. He's gifted, but he's grieving. He's chosen, but he's crushed. And that tension, that spiritual ache, is something we all feel. Responsibility in Scripture isn't just about doing the right thing. It's about bearing the cost of love. Think of Moses, called to lead a people who constantly doubted him. Think of Paul, carrying the gospel through shipwrecks and stonings. Think of Jesus, who bore the sins of the world, not with ease, but with agony. Spider-Man's origin is soaked in grief, and that grief becomes fuel. That's the gospel echo. That's a spiritual heartbeat. Spider-Man 2 is more than a sequel. It's a spiritual unraveling. Peter's powers are fading. His relationships are strained, and the weight of responsibility is crushing. He walks away from the suit, hoping to reclaim a normal life, but normal doesn't heal him. It hollows him. This is the cost of calling. When you're chosen, comfort becomes a luxury. Peter's story echoes the prophets. Jeremiah, Elijah, even Moses, men who begged God to take the burden back. But the burden wasn't punishment, it was purpose. Aunt May reminds Peter and us that heroism isn't about power. It's about perseverance. It's about showing up when it hurts. That's the gospel heartbeat. Both Peters, Parker and the Apostle, face the same question. Will you carry the weight? Spider-Man doesn't just fight villains. He fights himself. And that internal war, that's where redemption begins. This piece is called Burden Bearer, inspired by the moment Peter holds up the wreckage to save others. His arms are trembling, but his resolve is unshaken. It's not just a heroic pose, it's a cruciform silhouette. Notice the posture, it mirrors the cross. Spider-Man isn't just lifting debris, he's lifting consequence. He's absorbing chaos so others can breathe. That's sacrificial love, that's gospel geometry. So here we are, the mask is off, the burden is visible, and the question remains, what will you do with what you've been given? Maybe your calling feels unclear, but here's the truth. God doesn't waste gifts, and He doesn't abandon burden bearers. If He gave it to you, He'll walk with you through it.